Well, before Sage Intacct, we were operating in kind of a fragmented environment. Um, our previous legacy system lacked multi-entity support, so each entity's financial information was siloed, if you will, to the
Hmm.
point where, if we had two restaurants uh, swapping product, or one restaurant borrowing product from another, and those two restaurants happen to be in two separate legal entities, we would literally, to recognize that cost on the appropriate entity's books, we would literally cut an AP check from one entity and walk it over to the desk of the person who handled the other entity, to handle that multi-entity accounting, which was, not efficient and not smooth. So that was really the biggest hurdle we were trying to clear. And then we really just needed stronger visibility and cleaner audit trails, to help us make more data-driven, confident decisions. Um, well, our organization is fairly complex. We have 82 restaurants, multiple ownership structures, and we do have an in-house accounting team that handles all of this. So a one-size-fits-all system really wasn't going to give us the flexibility or the depth that we really were looking for. With Sage Intacct, we were able to integrate some of the purpose-driven tools, like our human capital management, or our point of sale analytics. We were able to integrate those into a centralized, financial system, and that best-in-class architecture gave us the flexibility that we needed without compromising, our accuracy or our control.
Absolutely. I mean, and it does sound, on the outside looking in, you deal with one vendor with an all-in-one solution, right? But then you
Yeah.
find, this module doesn't work as well as you'd like, or this module doesn't work as well as you'd like it for AP automation or from the back office perspective. So, I really appreciate that insight.
Yeah, we did play around with an all-in-one system briefly, and what we found is that, yeah, it could do a lot of things, but it just didn't do any of those things very well.
Sure, right.
Yeah. Um, so we've always had a philosophy of building the foundation, the scalable foundation, before we chase like aggressive growth. So, that philosophy means that we need to invest in systems and processes that are going to help us grow responsibly. Um, so that's really our guiding principle. We were looking for transparency and a focus on unit level profitability, and but you can't just grow and then try to figure all that out. The foundation
Sure.
has to be there first. I would say that the first maybe 3 to 4 accounting periods after we went live were we were kind of in survival mode. We were just figuring it all out and getting everyone acclimated to the new system and getting those workflows kind of stabilized. I would say, though, by probably about our seventh or eighth accounting period in, we were actually thriving in the system, and we had moved out of survival mode and started getting fancy and figuring out, okay, how can we fully leverage this system? We were confident in the accuracy. We started to trust the automation, and I think that speaks volume about the tool and the team. Our team's ability to adapt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody, you're on a system for a certain amount of time, right? And no matter what you move to, no matter how intuitive it is, there's still a learning curve.
Right.
So that does speak, volumes to your team and also to the tool to be able to kind of get up and running quickly. So I'm
Right.
happy to hear that.
Well, we've got kind of a whole ecosystem built around Intacct. Our point of sale data from our restaurants flows directly into Sage Intacct from our data puller, which is one data source. And we are also able to utilize one data source to pull in a lot of our operational metrics into Intacct so that we can incorporate them into our financial reports. Which has been big for our operators to have to draw that connection between financial results and operational performance. Our accounts payable software, we use OnePay. That also integrates with Sage Intacct, so we can manage our payables inside of OnePay. Everything flows into Intacct, and when an operator is reviewing a P&L, they can drill down to the invoice level just from that Intacct P&L. We also have our corporate spending platform, which we use Bill, Spend, and Expense. That it has an integration with Intacct that is pretty seamless. And then our payroll provider also pumps our payroll journal entries straight into our general ledger. So it's quite a complex ecosystem that we've built with Intacct as the hub. I would say our period end journal entries and account reconciliations are probably our two biggest areas of automation. And that's really had a marked impact on our speed and our accuracy. We've been able to reduce our time to close from 7 business days down to 5 business days, and really we're pretty close to getting it to 4. We still have that 5th day kind of as a cushion, but so that's been huge because we're able to provide results more quickly and help our people make informed decisions with more timely information. The bank reconciliations have been another area of automation that because those are so automated, I actually redesigned our entire treasury stack based on the capabilities, the bank rec capabilities in Intacct, and it's actually enabled us to move our money more quickly into an investment level account where we're generating, a higher return. And so accounting's become a profit center, all because we've been able to leverage, the functionality inside of Intacct for those bank recs and use it to structure our treasury stack a little differently.
That's great. And I know a lot of people would love, to get to that 4-day close. A lot of groups on legacy systems that are 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 weeks plus for their close. And the other big note that you highlighted with bank recs being very manual and time consuming for groups. So to hear that you've automated a lot of that and really made it, like you said, like a profit center, that's really amazing news.
Yeah. I will say with the bank recs, I mean, this is crazy to me, but like there are some that we just, the bank info gets uploaded, you open up the bank rec and it's automatically reconciled. Like there's nothing you even have to do. It's so cool.
Oh, people will be blown away with that. That's
Yeah.
Very exciting.
The scalability piece is critical, right? Like Sage Intacct's functionality really allows us to onboard new locations quickly because we already have the processes centralized and the system kind of flex with us. There's no like major overhaul that we need to do as we grow and add new locations. And we're able to maintain that like granular visibility at each location level. So Sage Intacct has really helped us stay lean while we're scaling. Intacct is kind of our financial hub. So, we're able to use Intacct reports and data to benchmark our locations against one another and against the system. We can track key cost categories and, quickly identify where our margins are feeling pressure. And by reducing that close cycle, we can get the actionable insights into the hands of our people in the field a lot faster, so that we've become more of a proactive force in the organization versus a reactive, center, if that makes sense.
And that's kind of a common theme. A lot of groups are more reactive. There's GMs or district level managers, area coaches, and they're getting a P&L maybe once a month. I've even heard every couple months or quarterly. And it's like, you can't really drive any actionable decisions by that because it's already happened, right?
Exactly.
So having that real-time visibility, across your markets, your regions, districts, all the way down to that store level, can really, really be beneficial for you guys to make actionable decisions and stop maybe those labor overruns or cost overruns with food more efficiently.
Yeah, and we give our area coaches have access to Intacct. So, and we train them, we trained them all. So throughout the period, they're looking at things, whereas before it literally was wait until you get the report and then ask questions. And now we're able to ask questions, identify errors, and work together to get accurate results on like the first try. We really look at technology as something that should either enhance our accuracy, reduce manual effort, or give us more speed to insight. We're not just going out and pursuing tech just because there's a new shiny object out there. You know what I mean? We really are looking for tools that are going to align with our operational complexity, and any new solution that we are going to pursue, it really has to integrate with our core systems, and there needs to be a measurable ROI if we're going to pursue some new piece of technology. And with Sage Intacct, we got all of that, like the ROI, the insight, all of it. It was the best of all worlds. I would say our finance team is deeply embedded in our strategic planning and growth. We're not just producing reports flat, here's your results, and then walking away. We're providing insights along with the results, and we're modeling acquisitions, we're evaluating, divestitures, we're stress testing some of our, capital expenditure planning. So the finance team is really kind of a connective tissue, bringing together those operational inputs and opinions and feelings, and either proving or disproving them with the data. So, I like to think we're like the source of truth. Like we're putting the data behind our assertions. I I think the number one reason is flexibility and support that we can offer to our people in the field. I mean, we're an operating company, and so we look at not just our accounting and finance function, but lots of our functions as support services. We're here to support our people in the field, and we really feel that an outsourced accounting would have removed some level of that support and even possibly created a bottleneck for getting the information into the hands of our operators so that they can make better informed decisions. You know, we have the ability to pivot reporting, you know, based on feedback from the field. We can help them troubleshoot issues and really just provide that support that they need in real time. So I guess it's like we're kind of investing in quality and responsiveness by keeping our accounting in-house. But Sage Intacct is a big part of that because Intacct helps keep it scalable. You know, as we grow, you know, more locations means more vendors, more data, more scrutiny. So, you know, we've prepared for that by investing in systems that can grow with us and flex with us. We're focused on optimizing our working capital and preparing for capital events that might require more intense modeling, and Intacct gives us the backbone and the data to be able to do that. Really, we are always looking to deepen our automation or enhance our automation capabilities, particularly around forecasting or, you know, scenario modeling, vendor management. Intacct's given us such a strong foundation that really we're looking for tools that can sit on top of our financial data and just help us deliver even more actionable insights to our operators. We're moving towards creating more like self-service dashboards so that our operators don't necessarily have to wait for us to run them a report, or if they're looking for something that maybe isn't encompassed within one report, we're trying to give them a little more flexibility there. So trying to increase our business intelligence functionality. I would say to invest in a system that's going to be that'll scale with you and grow with you, and don't you know, grow and try to move all of those manual processes along with your growth. You have to nail the automation and get the system that can grow with you before you grow, or it's going to be very, very difficult to find your way out. I think really what drew us to Tablespoon was, number one, the focus on restaurants and the food service industry. I think that gives Tablespoon you know, a leg up in our industry, just knowing that there's that focus there. And number two, really the level of support that we saw throughout our process of you know, searching for the right tool. You know, the implementation team, you know, from the sales to the implementation to the ongoing service managers, the support has been top notch, and there's no question that has gone unanswered or issue that's gone unaddressed, and you don't get that with every provider. So really those are the things that drew us to Tablespoon. you guys just provide top-notch support through the whole process, the entire process.